Alright, picture this. You work your whole life, paycheck after paycheck, grinding through Monday mornings and living for Friday afternoons. You trade your time, your skills, your energy, all for that sweet paycheck. But what happens after you're done working? When you hit that point where you want to retire, sip coffee slowly, maybe play golf, maybe not. That's where pensions come in. So, what is a pension? A pension is basically a retirement paycheck. But instead of you working for it, it's money that gets paid to you after you stop working, for as long as you live. It's like your job is saying, hey, thanks for the years of hard work. Here's a monthly check so you don't have to eat instant noodles at 75. Sounds nice, right? How does a pension actually work? Here's the simple version. While you're working, you and/or your employer put money into a big pot. That pot gets invested, hopefully grows over time. When you retire, that pot of money pays you every month, like a salary for retired life. The idea is to make sure you're not broke when you're old. Two main types of pensions. Not all pensions are created equal. There are two main flavors. Defined benefit pension. This is the classic, old-school, pension. Your employer promises to pay you a certain amount when you retire. The amount is usually based on your salary and how long you worked there. Example: 60% of your final salary every year for life. The risk? The company is on the hook to keep paying you, even if the market crashes. Defined contribution plan. This is more common now. Think 401k in the US to you, and maybe your employer contribute money into your retirement account. But here's the catch. What you get at retirement depends on how well the investments do. The risk is on you, not the company. One is like a guaranteed paycheck, defined benefit. The other is like a DIY retirement fund, defined contribution. Why are pensions disappearing? You might be thinking, why doesn't every job have a sweet pension plan? Well, they used to. But here's the problem: pensions are expensive. Companies realized it's risky and costly to promise payments to retirees for 30+ years. Living longer equals they pay you longer. Market crashes equals they still have to pay you. So many companies switch to the 401k model, where you build your own retirement fund. It's cheaper for them, riskier for you. Are pensions the same as Social Security? Nope, but similar idea. Social Security is a government-run pension program. You pay into it through taxes during your working years, and then you get monthly payments when you retire. But here's the twist. Social Security alone is usually not enough to live comfortably. That's why personal pensions, 401ks, and other savings are so important. Real talk. Are pensions good? If you can get a pension, it's like finding a unicorn in the wild. It's guaranteed income for life. You don't have to stress about the stock market when you're 80. But here's the catch. They're rare. Some pension funds are underfunded, which means they might not have enough money to pay everyone. You usually need to stay with the same employer for a long time to get full benefits. So yeah, pensions are great, if you can get one. What happens if a pension runs out of money? This is where it gets tricky. Some pensions are backed by insurance-like programs, like the Pension Benefit Guaranty Corporation, PBGC. In the US, they can step in if a company's pension fund collapses. But they might not cover 100% of what you were promised. Moral of the story? Always have a backup plan. Don't rely on one income source for retirement. Fun fact: pensions aren't just for humans. Fun side note: pensions aren't just for people. Some organizations set up pension-like funds for animals. For example, retired police dogs or horses might get care funded through pension-like setups. So even Officer K9 gets to enjoy retirement. Bottom line: pensions are promises. At the end of the day, a pension is a promise. It's a promise that says, we've got your back when you're done working. But in today's world, fewer employers are making that promise. So if you've got access to a pension, count yourself lucky. If not, focus on building your own retirement nest egg: 401ks, IRAs, investments, passive income. The earlier you start, the better future you build for yourself. Because the ultimate goal? Getting paid not to work.